There's a reason Labor is so agitated about the Prime Minister and the government's attack over national security in China, and that's because it's biting, it's working, yes. It's effective. It has taken too long for the Morrison government and the Prime Minister in particular to go negative and to target Anthony Albanese. Instead, and this is unusual for Morrison, who is such a good politician, he has let himself become shaped. His image has been shaped in the public's mind by how Labor and Albanese has defined him, holding a hose, not handling COVID well, etc., which isn't the truth of the matter. Finally, in the past fortnight, we've seen the government attacking Labor, and they've picked areas where voters have natural concerns, and there are reasons to be concerned about Labor on foreign policy, not just on China, but China is the critical issue for us at the moment. Paul and Bronwyn, you've already outlined the issues about and Israel, exactly. But you've already outlined the issues about why voters are naturally concerned. The donation scandals, Bob Carr, I don't need to go into them all again, but it's working. And that is why media outlets like The Guardian, that's why Labor's so agitated about it. But the truth of the matter is, as journalists, we need to be probing more into this. If Labor does become the government, we need to make sure that our sovereignty, that our national security, that there aren't going to be other issues of foreign interference and influence. So this clearly is an area that is critically important. And one more thing on this, people complaining that the government's weaponizing national security. Well, hold on. What about Labor and the media weaponizing the issue of sexual abuse? What about rape becoming weaponized? Why is it okay to weaponize some issues but not others for political purposes? That game ended a long time ago. Everything is politics.
Because the government covered it up. Well, the government covered up what happened in Parliament House that day. It's really very simple. The government covered it up.
She didn't want to make a police report.
The government.
We can fight on that if you want, Stephen, or you can respond on China.
Publicise someone saying they don't want to make a police report.
So let's be very clear about this. The head of ASIO has twice now gone public and admonished the government for misusing intelligence and misusing information he's given to them. This is an absolute disgrace. And serious journalists like Greg Sheridan and Paul Kelly,
you didn't mention Senator Kitching.
All three of you, all three of you know these two journalists well have said the government are wrong on this, and they should stop. So that's the first point. Secondly, on Dennis Richardson sat next to me in National Security Cabinet on the issues around Huawei and banning them, and he was right next to me. And he was absolutely on board with these decisions.
Senator Patterson
to smear him today
said today on this very channel
Patterson and you are just
Mr.
smearing
Richardson
him. Let's be very clear.
Brokered a meeting with the Prime Minister.
One of your love childs, Bronwyn, Alexander Downer, was on the board of Huawei, lobbying the government over Huawei. Okay, so let's stop pretending this is the Chinese have got to only Labor people.
Okay, but Stephen.
Malcolm Turnbull was warned off. No, Malcolm Turnbull was warned off going to two fundraisers from Gladys Liu just before the in 2016, 17, 18. Absolutely. Don't go to them because the people she's got, we don't want you to associate with Prime Minister. ASIO intervened, just like they intervened in the New South Wales branch of the Labor Party recently. So ASIO are doing a bloody good job. Okay. And Dennis Richardson, when he was in government, was absolutely on board with these decisions.
I am concerned about what he said today. He said that what the government is doing in pointing out these differences and these issues was against the national interest. Wrong.
Okay.